What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, excuse me, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'd like to thank everybody that came to the Friday night live stream last night. Man, we had us a really good time. And if you guys have not seen one of my live streams, they're totally different than what I'm doing on here in my day-to-day videos. I can guarantee you will have a very good time. You can ask anybody in the comment section that comment about it. But it's every Friday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, you know, and hopefully a lot of you guys that are new to the channel can make it. You'll enjoy yourself. But I want to talk about something I seen last night after I got off the live stream, and it was shocking to me. Now, it's a story I covered extensively when it broke around August 1st of this year. And it's about this young man right here, Giovanni Pelletier. This guy is the young man, a lot of you guys had caught that story, that was out there visiting Florida with his family, and then he went to go see some distant family members who went and picked him up. He was last seen on August 1st, and August 8th, his body was discovered in a retention pond in another part of Florida. And it was a big mystery around it. You know, and people have their doubts about what happened, and the information that came out last night that I seen that shocked me doesn't even help this situation. There's a lot of questions remaining behind what happened to this 18-year-old boy. And the autopsy report the full autopsy report has come out now. And this right here is surprising. And you'll understand when you see this short video. Take a look.
Report out tonight is giving more details into the death of 18-year-old Giovanni Pelletier, whose body was found in a Manatee County retention pond back in August. The medical examiner listing the cause of death as drowning with the manner of death as accidental. But questions remain, like why he ended up in that retention pond. 10 Investigates Jennifer Titus has been reviewing the new documents for us and joins us now.
Yeah, back in August, the sheriff's office said his cousins who were in a car with Giovanni said they were all smoking marijuana when he started acting erratic, and that's why he wanted to get out of the car.
And says he will kill them all as he tries to open up the door while the car is still moving.
Video surveillance then shows Pelletier running across the street and then into a retention pond.
Focus right now is to see what comes back from toxicology. Is there going to be something that alerts us to another drug that we don't know about?
But the final toxicology report says no drugs were found in his system. When we asked the sheriff's office about that and if they believe now there was any foul play as what led him to run into the pond, they told us there is no evidence of foul play, as expected, an accidental death. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.
Okay, guys, before I get into my commentary, I'm going to read this article to you real fast about what you guys just seen from a different news company. It says, well, People magazine says, according to the North Carolina teen's autopsy report, which was obtained by People, he drowned in the retention pond where his decomposed remains were found in Manatee County on August 8th. So remember, he was in that water for a week, because remember, we went and looked at the video and it showed him running across highways like somebody was after him before he ran in that pond. It says his manner of death has been listed as accidental. Although some autopsy findings may be obscured due to the advanced decomposition, there was no evidence of significant antemortem trauma. The medical examiner wrote, adding that the video evidence also supported the idea that no other person caused his death. And this is the part I wanted to read to you. A toxicology report did find a small amount of ethanol in his liver tissue, but as the medical examiner noted, that was consistent with decomposition. Additionally, the autopsy found that Pelletier 18 had an extremely rare congenital coronary artery abnormality that is disproportionately associated with heart failure or sudden cardiac death, particularly during physical exertion. See, that's new. I never knew that. Although the contributions of possible toxic substances not found during drug testing and the coronary artery abnormality cannot be completely excluded. In view of these findings, it is my opinion that the cause of death was most likely drowning, the medical examiner wrote. When his body was discovered on August 8th, a week after he went missing, an alligator was reportedly scavenging his remains, according to the report. And the medical examiner noted claw marks and other markings consistent with alligator scavenging. Additional information and additional details about what led his death remain unknown. Now, if you guys don't remember the story, it's a small excerpt here. I'll read that real fast. It said, Pelletier was last seen in Florida on August 1st when he was picked up around 1:30 a.m. by his cousin and two of his cousin's friends from Inglewood, Florida, where he was staying with his mom, siblings, and his mom's fiance. His mother, Bridget Pelletier, previously told people he had been visiting the area with his immediate family, and while in Florida, arranged to spend time with relatives from his biological father's side, which we knew. The three men were set to drive him to his grandfather's home some 3 hours away in Brevard County, Bridget said. Within 30 minutes of being picked up, Giovanni texted his mother, who had been studying for an upcoming pharmacy board exam, and the mother fell asleep. He texted her, "Mom, help." Bridget told people her son's paternal grandfather left her a voicemail suggesting the men with Giovanni had left him on the roadside in Manatee County after the altercation. After speaking with other relatives, Bridget said the cousin who picked up her son the day he went missing said their group had smoked marijuana before Giovanni panicked and cursed at him. The cousin allegedly added that Giovanni pulled out a knife but ran away after it was wrestled away from him. Bridget said the behavior sounded unlike her son. Okay, now I'm going to leave it at that because you guys, that get you caught up. This whole thing is a mystery without the murder. My thing is this. What was he running from? In the video, they said he had no traces of marijuana or THC in his system. I thought THC stays in your system 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know how much weed you got to smoke for it to really be in your body, but if it was enough to influence him and his decision-making and rationale, he had enough THC to be detected. Now they just said he had a condition that they found out about after the autopsy of physical exertion and stuff. He had a coronary artery situation, I guess ailment, to where I guess it would affect him later in life, where strenuous labor and stuff like that could have had him out of here. Then they talking about he was partially eaten by alligators. I didn't even know that. That just came out. But either way, man, I mean, this is upsetting. And when I saw this last night, the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about it is this. Raising kids is difficult enough with all of the temptations and them learning as they go to be productive human beings in the world. And with that being said, you never know what kind of human being you raised until they go out there in deep water, meaning being accountable for themselves, having responsibility and seeing how the world's work and navigating it themselves, whether it's peer pressure or wanting to be down or otherwise, right? When I heard all of this stuff, reason why I said it, when I heard all this stuff, I was saying to myself, what kind of person was he among his peers? And I'm talking about Giovanni. Was he a follower type? Was he one of the ones that wanted to be down? Was he raised a certain way but wanted to act a certain way to appeal to other masses, AK hood or whatever? Looking at these pictures of this guy that was up here, he looked like he was well taken care of and he was non-urban, right? He said in a text message that they asked him, did he smoke weed? He said, yeah, but he said he got in trouble a month before for smoking weed. So it's the family's right not to say nothing about his background, because this is not really about what happened to him. It's not really about what happened in the past. It's what they talk about now. but he had a history with weed where he got in trouble before. So is he one of these people that has an adverse effect of being around marijuana to where if he ingests it, he spazzes out? Because you got to remember, I smoked weed twice in my life. I did not like it. I don't like the way it made me feel. I was happy as hell. I was tired. I was chill, hungry. It was weird, right? And it wasn't for me. But I've never had it or seen anybody get paranoid from smoking it unless it was laced with something else. But then again, you don't know. I don't have enough knowledge in weed. You know, some of y'all in the comment section can help me out to where this makes you act loopy and paranoid like he did unless it was laced with something. But then again, they would never say nothing. But I remember doing the press conference as soon as it broke. I had that up here right for y'all. And it showed him running like a madman. He almost got hit by a dump truck. You remember that? He ran across that 8-lane highway. He texted his mom. Then, like, you know, he left his phone and all this other stuff. And then they're showing him play frame by frame, all these different cameras they got out there, the Home Depot camera. He running for his life where he almost stumbling down in that retention pond. And he ran right up in it. Now, my thing is this. When he was running to that retention pond, as he was running, how deep was it? Because even if he was running, right, he had to be under the influence of something, because if you're naturally running and it's a retention pond and you run, the retention pond goes down slow. So even with his speed, if he ran and he tripped and hit the water because he didn't see it, if he hit the water and he was conscious, you know, if you hit the water, you would have found your footing, because with the incline, you still would have realized, and you could have looked around and seen that land was there, and you could have swam back to land. Unless one of two things happened. Either he ran and he was so exhausted when he hit the water, he fell unconscious. Because, you know, you hit water fast enough, it's like slamming your face on concrete. He got knocked out, which is, I mean, he was running fast, y'all. If y'all that see the video, could have been that. Or it could have been when he got in there, he was so out of his mind that he was just struggling, because I don't know if he can swim or not. And he could have just kicked his way out there because he couldn't get his footing on the bottom, and he drowned. So they're saying he drowned, so it might be the latter. But either way, man, this is upsetting. I feel for the family, because he had just gotten in trouble, minor trouble with weed. Then they take him down there, and he finds himself back in a situation around weed again. And you have to trust your child when they're 18. And, you know, they always tell you, I'm 18, I can. And, you know, as a parent, you have to let them go out and learn and live. And it cost him his life. And I'm more than sure that the mother and the people that was with him are sad. Do I think it was foul play after everything was presented, especially after that video? No. But I do know, I don't think he should have been smoking whatever he was smoking. And I think that had a lot to do with him tripping out. And the people that was in the car didn't know how to handle that, because it didn't affect them like that. But either way, man, he was running for his life. And it's just upsetting. He was on vacation and never came home. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. May this guy, Giovanni Pelletier, rest in peace. But I mean, this should be a lesson for younger people. You are not invincible. And there's stuff out there that you yet to know about. And a lot of times, if you get caught up, you leave the rest of the people that tried to keep you protected and love you to pick up the pieces. And they carry a burden for the rest of their life because of the death and ill-advised movements that you yourself can do. So a lot of times, yeah, you'll be dead and buried from a mistake you made of ignorance. But a lot of people will be hurting far more less than you. I mean, far more than you, than, you know, what you went through. And it's hurtful. But just be mindful. I will see you in the next video. Take care.